Brad Pitt, an icon of Hollywood, embodies both grandeur and vulnerability. From the outside, he seemed untouchable, possessing beauty, fame, wealth, and adoration in equal measure. Yet behind the public image, a quieter, fragile side existed. Early relationships, personal losses, and the pressures of public life slowly eroded the sense of stability he craved. At 62, the weight of this private struggle remains palpable, illustrating how success and admiration do not necessarily bring inner peace. The story of Brad Pitt shows that even the most celebrated lives often hide deep emotional fractures. His journey challenges the illusion that wealth, talent, and recognition can fully shield someone from the human experience of longing, grief, and the quiet ache of not being truly understood. Early life and the seeds of silence, born in 1963 in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and raised in Springfield, Missouri, Brad's early life was marked by discipline and structure. His Baptist upbringing instilled order and routine, yet left little room for emotional spontaneity. Brad's father enforced rules with precision, while his mother offered love within strict boundaries. Even as a child, Brad learned to mask uncertainty, bury fear, and navigate life with calculated restraint. At school, he excelled in athletics and social charm, yet at home, conversations remained limited. This early dichotomy taught him to perform outwardly while managing a private internal world filled with doubt and curiosity. The seeds of an enduring inner fracture were planted, shaping how he would approach relationships, work, and identity for decades to come. The weight of unspoken expectations. By age 10, Brad internalized the lesson of silent endurance: conceal vulnerability, manage fear alone, and maintain a facade of calm. These unspoken expectations shaped his personality, making him sensitive, observant, and careful with emotional expression. In church and at school, he learned to adjust outward behavior to fit perceptions of obedience and normalcy. At night, alone with his thoughts, he recognized an enduring truth. He might go through life unrecognized for who he truly was. This early confrontation with isolation left a lasting imprint, teaching him the duality of being admired yet unseen. These formative years, framed by restraint and quiet observation, planted the paradox that would define his adult existence: the struggle to shine publicly while remaining emotionally intact privately. Acting as a sanctuary adolescence brought Brad to a crossroads between restriction and self-discovery. He developed a hunger for authenticity, a desire to feel deeply and speak without fear. Acting became his refuge, the only arena where emotion could exist safely and truthfully. In performing, he explored facets of himself that life at home and school had suppressed. The craft allowed him to express vulnerability, confront fears, and inhabit experiences beyond the suffocating confines of his upbringing. Acting became both therapy and survival, a space where honesty could flourish. This period laid the groundwork for his career while nurturing a deeply personal connection to human experience, allowing him to channel early frustrations into performances that resonated with authenticity and emotional depth. Escape and the journey? West. In 1986, Brad made a decisive move that symbolized personal survival. Leaving behind the familiar structures of Springfield, he drove west with little more than determination, a worn-out Datsun, and a desire to exist authentically. Hollywood offered no guarantees, only challenges and small, grueling jobs. The work was exhausting, humbling, and often demeaning, but it reinforced his resilience and commitment to himself. Each obstacle solidified his resolve and clarified his priorities. These years of struggle, working invisibly on the margins while pursuing acting classes and small roles, taught him that endurance and authenticity mattered more than immediate recognition. The journey west was less about fame than it was about carving a space where he could survive emotionally and creatively, testing both his courage and his commitment to inner truth. Breaking through and the paradox of fame. Brad's breakthrough came in 1991 with Thelma and Louise, a role lasting mere minutes but transforming his public perception overnight. Suddenly, he was seen as a sensation, a figure admired worldwide. Yet the exposure brought a paradox. Being seen did not equate to being understood. Public attention emphasized image over depth, reinforcing the tension between external admiration and internal isolation. Fame offered opportunities but also confinement as expectations mounted and vulnerability became a liability. The early struggle to be seen authentically evolved into a lifelong challenge of balancing public persona with private reality. This paradox, being admired yet emotionally unseen, would shape his decisions, relationships, and self-perception for decades, a reminder that success often illuminates what it cannot fix: love, loss, and the fragility of connection. Throughout his life, Brad sought connection with intensity, giving deeply in love while repeatedly experiencing heartbreak. Early relationships, such as with Gwyneth Paltrow, Juliette Lewis, and Jennifer Aniston, revealed a pattern. The deeper he invested, the more acute the loss. Public scrutiny magnified private pain, transforming intimate moments into spectacle. Yet not all connections ended in devastation. Some offered genuine understanding, if temporary, exposing emotional depths he had long sought to explore. These experiences highlighted the delicate balance between being admired and truly known, showing how vulnerability could be both enriching and painful. Repeated patterns of love and loss reinforced the quiet fractures within, revealing that emotional fulfillment is not guaranteed by affection or proximity, but by timing, trust, and mutual presence. Career as identity and escape success became both a sanctuary and a cage. Founding Plan B Entertainment, choosing roles in films like Fight Club and Troy, and embracing creative challenges reflected Brad's pursuit of meaning beyond fame. Acting allowed him to explore themes of resilience, injustice, and emotional truth. However, professional acclaim could not fill the inner void. Achievement offered respect, admiration, and security, but not the quiet sense of being wholly understood. Career triumphs often juxtaposed personal fragility, emphasizing that external validation cannot replace emotional wholeness. The stage, the camera, and the spotlight became dual-edged, giving him visibility and purpose while continually reminding him of the emotional gaps he carried privately. Confronting the inner void. By his 50s, the paradox of Brad Pitt's life was clear. Extraordinary success could not substitute for personal completeness. Awards, accolades, and global recognition provided visibility, yet a quiet restlessness persisted. Fame could shield against financial insecurity, but could not heal old wounds, unmet needs, or the ache of emotional invisibility. The most profound struggle was not external. It was the internal search for authenticity, love, and understanding that remained elusive despite the appearance of perfection. This awareness shaped how he approached relationships, work, and public life, fostering a nuanced understanding of success, identity, and the limits of admiration. The inner void became a defining element of his humanity, giving context to both triumphs and struggles. The human lesson. Brad Pitt's journey illuminates a profound truth. Even those most adored can remain unseen where it matters most. Life's greatest lessons emerge not from accolades but from vulnerability, emotional honesty, and the repeated confrontation with loss and imperfection. His experiences show that love, career, and recognition cannot replace the quiet yearning to be truly understood. Real fulfillment comes not from applause, but from authentic connection. Through decades of highs and lows, Brad's life underscores resilience, emotional depth, and the human desire for wholeness. His story is a testament to the fragile, complex, and profoundly human pursuit of being known, loved, and understood for who one truly is beneath the image that captivates the world. Legacy beyond the screen. Brad Pitt's legacy transcends film, fame, and public adoration. His life illustrates that true resilience lies not in avoiding pain, but in navigating it with honesty and self-awareness. Despite heartbreak, isolation, and relentless scrutiny, he has continued to seek authenticity and understanding. The lessons of his journey resonate universally. Success may illuminate, but it does not always heal. Love may inspire, yet it can also expose vulnerability, and recognition may celebrate, but it cannot replace true connection. Brad's story invites reflection on the delicate balance between external achievement and inner fulfillment, reminding us that even icons are human, and that the pursuit of emotional wholeness remains the most profound and enduring challenge.